She is the only reason you are in the position to have a stable life, and you are the reason why her life isn't stable. You don't have to give her everything, but to not help shows your true colors. Would hate to have a sibling like you.
Look at you making it all the way to the Stinson Method, where reaction videos make us think, laugh, and unwind after that raggedy 9 to 5. So kick off your shoes, go grab a drink, and let's get into it. Hey, don't forget to leave a comment because we grown and grown folks talk back.
Let me ask you a quick question. Do you have a sibling or a family member that is always down on their luck, always asking for money, always begging? Or are you the sibling, or do you have a sibling that everyone goes to because they are financially stable, they have their finances in order, their bank account is sitting right, whatever the case is? So in my spare time, I like to read Reddit stories, and I really be seeing some crazy things. So I thought, let me go ahead and share this with you all, right? So in this Reddit story, just to give you a little context before I actually read the story, there's a sister and a brother. The sister is always down on her luck. The brother is the one that is financially stable, went to school, has a great job. And I believe he's the one that people always come to him and ask him for money. So in this Reddit, the question is he... Let's go ahead and get into what I call the family's money. I, 28 male, recently started a new job in tech that pays really well. Honestly, it's the most money I've ever made in my life, and it's completely changed how I live. I grew up, Jesus, I'm starting off wrong already. I grew up in a single parent household, and my older sister, 32 female, was a huge part of my life when we were kids. Our mom worked 2 jobs, so my sister kind of took over the parental role when she was still just a teenager. She cooked for me, helped me with homework, made sure I got to school on time. I've always been thankful for that. The issue is her adult life has been pretty messy. She's never been great with money. She's bounced from job to job, tried a bunch of different business ideas that didn't go anywhere, and constantly asked people to loan her money or invest in things. She doesn't have any savings and has borrowed from our cousins, our mom, and even old friends. A lot of those relationships are strained now. A couple of weeks ago, she called me and said she was being evicted. She asked if I could give her $5,000 to help her stay in her place. She said she'd pay me back as soon as things picked up. That's something she said before. I told her that I couldn't give her that kind of money right now. I've been saving up for a house deposit and trying to be smart with my finances. She got really upset and told me that I wouldn't even be where I am if it wasn't for her raising me. She said she gave up her childhood for me and that I'm basically abandoning her now that I've made it. I tried to explain that I appreciate everything she did when we were kids, but I also can't keep giving out money when I know there's a good chance I'll never see it again. She hung up on me. Sorry. Now our mom is texting me saying my sister is sleeping on her couch and that she's in a really tough spot. She says, I'm turning my back on the one person who was always there for me. I feel guilty. I really do. But I also feel like my sister brings these situations on herself and expects other people to fix them. I'm not sure what the right thing to do is anymore. So if you've ever went to Reddit and seen this subreddit, it gives you the option of, am I not neutral, more information, things like that. So going throughout the comments, well, before we start there, I would like to know, just from you hearing that information, I also saw, let me see. It says that the poster offered some more information. So it said, I told my sister I wouldn't lend her $5,000 even though she's being evicted because I don't trust that she'll pay me back. She says I'm turning my back on her after everything she did for me growing up. And now I'm wondering if I'm being ungrateful or selfish for not helping her when she really needs it. So it kind of basically said what he already said. Right. So before we go into the comments from others, I would like to know, one, is he for not wanting to give her the money? Or are you on the opposing side? The first comment I saw, it said the sister may not know how to look out for her own best interest because her parents didn't look out for hers. It may mess her up in making decisions because she might feel she needs to get permission to make a decision or do what others want her to do. That she would be selfish to think only of herself in making a decision. Not too sure about that one. Another one says, if you want to help your sister, don't give her money, but help her get better with money. There is a lot of education about personal finance, some even entertaining like Dave Ramsey's show. If she's willing to follow some common sense advice, you can encourage her with some money help, but don't keep throwing her money endlessly. Help her get in a better financial state and you will be even. Okay, that's that one. Okay. All right, I get that one. Someone says that you are not, do not entertain emotional blackmail. Tell your mom that you're now returning the favor of parenting your sister and setting boundaries. Whoa. So that person basically said, let him be the parent now. Since she was the parent growing up, I'm going to be the parent and I'm going to handle this situation accordingly. All right, so this is a long one. It says the harsh truth is that you don't ask her to raise you. That parentification came from your mother working 2 jobs and your deadbeat dad. And they didn't say nothing about the dad in here. It was tough for her and is a type of abuse she suffered. None of that is your fault. She needs therapy, a way to process what she lost by being a child with parental responsibility way too young. It had a massive impact on her life. That is your parents' fault. They should be helping her pay for therapy. If you give her money now, it's not a loan. She won't be able to pay it back. Nothing will change, and you will just be enabling her downward spiral. Your parents need to step up for her and get her professional help to start making better decisions. You could offer to pay for a few counseling sessions, but it is not your responsibility to do that. I feel sorry for your sister and anger at the situation she was placed in. Where is your father in all this? And the last comment states, this one says that he is. She is the only reason you are in the position to have a stable life, and you are the reason why her life isn't stable. You don't have to give her everything, but to not help shows your true colors. Would hate to have a sibling like you. Okay. Not sure about that one. In my opinion, I don't think that he is, because it's his money. I know that times are hard and we are all going through it. And we do have to make those conscientious decisions about where we lay our head. That's just number one. She's 32 years old. And I don't feel like any of that should fall on him. It wasn't her responsibility to actually take care of him. I don't know if the mom had a conversation with her saying that, you know, you're the woman of the house now while I'm gone. But it wasn't that shouldn't fall on him. He went out, he got his life together, or he went to school, he's making money now. So that is his career, his money, his accomplishments, his accolades, things like that. Does she have a significant other? I can't say if she does or not, because that wasn't mentioned. But I would actually say in this particular situation, no, he is not. I would not say that at all. If it were me, and this is a woman that has multiple business ideas that just never go through, and she doesn't have her money together, and this is always a situation with her, and $5,000 for rent, ma'am, where are you staying? Because $5,000 for rent, you not back a month, you are back a couple of months. Because if I'm putting things in order, and I could be wrong, if I'm putting things in order and she's been job to job, she hasn't made good money like that to have rent where it is $5,000, right? Am I right? I feel like that's back rent. That's a couple of months. And then I'm all over the place because I'm thinking about mom. Mom is here calling the son like she's on my couch. Well, mom, that's your daughter. That just happens to be my sister. Ma'am, what are you gonna do? That's what I would ask my mom. Like, ma'am, what are you gonna do? Because at this point, that's a grown woman over there. I also thought about maybe she needs some type of counseling. Maybe she does need to hit the bottom here, let the place go, maybe see if she could stay on her mom's couch or whoever's couch and get her finances in order. And in the process of her trying to build up her finances, then she is going to counseling and getting the advice needed in order to climb out of this hole, so that maybe she don't see this hole again. Because, you know, sleeping on somebody's couch and being that old, it can take a toll on you. And if your finances and credit is not straight and you jumping from job to job, and God knows we don't like these jobs, I think that you would need to get some help. I really do. That is one thing I never played about. I never played about having a roof over my head. I might not have had a car. I might not even have money in the bank, but I'm not playing about somewhere to stay, because I don't do good with being homeless. I can't, I won't. No. So again, in the comments, I want you to answer that question. Are you financially stable and people coming up to you for financial favors? Are you the one that's begging? I mean, if you are confident enough to tell us that. But, hey, yeah, answer the question. Is he? I'll see you on the next one.